The collection of images you're seeing may at first seem fairly random, but they all have one thing in common. They were created by artificial intelligence. In just the past year, the field of AI image generation has absolutely exploded online, allowing anyone with the use of only their web browser to generate an endless series of images based on whatever text they input, all at the press of a button. In January of 2021, the Elon Musk co-founded AI organization OpenAI announced DALL-E, a system for generating images from text. While the quality of these first results kind of speak for themselves, the underlying process of the original DALL-E laid the foundation for what was to come. The original DALL-E flew fairly under the radar, at least as far as the general public was concerned. I know I didn't hear about it. But this all changed in April of this year when OpenAI announced DALL-E 2. Not only did DALL-E 2 massively improve the capabilities of the system, enabling it to create near photorealistic images and even artistic renditions in specific styles, but OpenAI also announced that they would be granting access, a few people at a time, to the system. The public's access to DALL-E 2 would grow throughout the year, and eventually OpenAI would remove the waitlist altogether. However, the interest was there from the start. Within weeks, copycat programs started to pop up, most notably DALL-E Mini, which really supercharged the interest in AI image generation. And that finally brings us to today with the two newest systems, Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, both of which can directly compete with DALL-E 2. As you might imagine, several ethical problems have arisen surrounding the training, distribution, and use of these AI tools. I sat down with some artist friends to hear what they have to say about these issues. My girlfriend, Yana, who makes art as a hobby in her free time, my friend Ollie, an artist and art history student at Bennington College, and my friend Matthew, who works as a professional graphic designer. Do you have any, initial thoughts on AI image generation as a whole?
Yeah, I think my very shallow take of it is that I think as a replacement for art, it's kind of, or if that's the end goal, it's kind of unfortunate and bad.
No, I've seen images and I think that they're profoundly beautiful.
Yeah, I guess the current sense is that it's something to be feared in my mind.
Yeah. So a lot of people have noticed that if you give it certain prompts, it'll generate watermarks.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually have not really considered anything about where images are being sourced from.
I saw this the other day because I thought one of the cool uses for AI generation would be to take the place of stock imagery.
There's a guy who entered an art contest with a piece of AI generated art, and he won the art contest.
I think I saw a thread and dude was trying to defend himself, no, I spent hours and this was fun. I had so many different slightly different prompts and I did everything to get it just right. But in the end, you're not the one, if you're thinking about this as a visual art, you're not the one doing the visuals. You're maybe the ideas guy.
I don't personally believe that an AI artist who simply types in some key phrases to, an AI is categorized as an artist, but I would say that there definitely are real AI artists.
But then I think the person writing the prompt isn't doing much legwork either. I don't think it takes much skill to discern what you're supposed to do.
You put in your prompt in the style of, and then either an art style or a specific artist.
Yeah, I think broad art styles is fine because it's a genre and there's no ownership of that genre. But I think maybe you could put in the terms and conditions, if you're referencing a specific individual, that individual should then be compensated for your reference of them.
If you're an artist, you should be able to put your name on a list of hello, I don't want my name to be a keyword that is used in your system.
You fear a future where like slowly like more and more aspects of shows are like, let's say like distant future, like 50 years or something, is like AI generated script with like AI generated imagery and like, yeah.
Yeah, I think if the whole product is AI, like I would think that the general population wouldn't be interested in it. I'm banking on that. I think that's my take. I really think that's the case.
I simply don't think that it will hit the market of like meaningful pieces in the way that human stuff can.
Basically, yeah. It's just like all of the technologies are slowly converging to be able to, that they're getting to the point where things are going to get there. Like if voice is good enough, face is just about good enough.
Yeah.
Like script writing is probably good enough, you know? Like it seems like you could get a team that would just have to be like, you know, tweaking things.
But also I think it's just going to be like one more thing that makes us decide that actually like we kind of don't want to have to rely on financial success to be creative. Like we're going to face a lot of problems, but I don't think that I think it's probably going to lead to something better where the system itself is better that we live in.
So you think AI art will lead to a political revolution?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Proponents of AI art in particular will proclaim that this is the future, that it was inevitable, and that creators and consumers alike should welcome this technological revolution. If you're like me though, you see where this is headed. Media conglomerates like Disney are replacing aging actors not with fresh talent, but instead with deepfakes and AI voices, like in the case of Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker and James Earl Jones' Darth Vader. These companies are already constantly under fire for underpaying and overworking their artists. It's not hard to imagine a world in which each member of cast and crew, slowly but surely, is let go, not to be replaced by someone else, but rather by AI, until one day in the not too distant future, we're watching complete feature films made by no one but a few software developers. Importantly, the way in which these AI tools are marketed has shifted, away from general image generation and toward the democratization of art, or, as Stable Diffusion's announcement put it, bringing the gift of creativity to all. The people behind these systems increasingly seem to view artists not as individuals pouring their emotions and life experience into their work, enabled by years of practice and honing their skills, but rather as a group of elitist gatekeepers holding creativity hostage from the masses. It's an absurd worldview to hold, and their vision of the future is one that should be avoided at all costs. At some point, we'll have to stop and ask, what is art if not the humans behind it? Thanks for watching.